What's up, guys? Hades here. So today I got another tier list for you. This one's a little interesting. As I've been going through each archetype of immortal we have, I noticed that mages are severely lacking, and there's actually only one of every element, and there's none for holy. I color coded them here. This slightly darker red is just chaos, and this red is fire, obviously. I usually mark yellow for holy, but there just isn't one. I would assume there would be one sometime in the future, but as of the standings now, there is none. But let's go through this. This list is all about PvP, who's the strongest, why they're the strongest, and where I believe they land on the totem pole based on kind of where they are. So let's start at the bottom. Baldwin, no one touches wind. He has win in his name, but he's not very good at winning. I have not been able to make him useful. I have tried many times in various ways. The mage skills just aren't super well made at the moment compared to attack, and he just struggles to be useful. He doesn't have a lot of value. He's a little bit random, and yeah, he doesn't. He's just not very good. Next, Merlin. I like Merlin. Merlin's very good. He's a big reason a lot of people kind of even use water in the first place. He has some of the best stats in the game in terms of just raw power. Um, just looking at him real quick, 520% is one of the highest, all four, and then that bonus 50% if they're chilled is pretty crazy. When it comes down to just raw damage, it's kind of hard to beat Merlin. So yeah, he's gonna get a B tier from me. Cleopatra, I'm gonna put her B as well. The main reason is she doesn't really do anything great, and she's super niche. So she has a magic debuff, which helps against these other mages, but guess what? There's just not a lot of mages as options in the current game state. So her value from her ability just doesn't provide as much as I would like. 300% damage is very low. It's one of the lowest. And then the 35% reduced magical damage is only reducing one hero because only mages do magic damage. So not a big fan of her in this current meta. She used to be fantastic when Merlin ran around in every single March. But the mages aren't doing the damage. They're more supportive right now. And we'll get to the best ones in just a moment here. Wu, I am a pretty big fan of Wu, especially with her artifact. She is quite strong. The high crit rate, the really high base energy regen is something to desire, right? This 120 is one of the highest in the game, and she really can pump out damage more than a lot of the other heroes can. So I'm going to put her in the A tier. Hammurabi is also B tier for me. He is very solid in Thunder. I like what he does, but he just doesn't quite do enough. He's very similar to Merlin for me. They kind of fit next to each other. High damage, high potential, but just not quite what we're looking for. Now, there's two S tier mages, and the first one obviously is Loki. Every top whale has him. I mean, shoot, his stats are unbelievable. I personally have said this before in a previous video, but I think even without his damage and he just confused, he would still be viable. And I'm very adamant about that. If he was a support with no damage and he literally took the damage off, I still think he would be viable. The adaptation of the element plus this 25%, which is boosted if they have tear or bleed, is unbelievable. It hard counters so many things, but the fact that it does do damage makes him one of the best heroes in the game. And then of course Himiko, one of the few counters to Loki and one of the counters to anything strong in the backline is Himiko, and there's a reason the entire top ranking of players, when you go away from the top whales and you scroll down and you find people near the bottom, you're gonna see players like me using Himiko. I don't have it right now, but I used to. A lot of marches look like this. Charles here with a Himiko because she's so strong and because she has actual potential against Loki. But again, there's not a ton of options for mages right now. I hope we get mage rework or update in the future and make them more viable. But if you guys like videos like this, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.